What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Luxaga live stream. My name is Jacob, and I'm here with Mickey. Mickey, how you doing?
Hey.
Awesome. Well, today the markets are currently kind of break even. We had a nice rally this morning, sold off from there. But you can see here Dow Jones down 26 points. SP 500 at break even, literally. NASDAQ down 1 point, so break even as well. NAS 100 is at up 13 points, but I would consider that break even too. But today, like always, we always talk about this week. We've said, okay, big update on Jerome speaking today. As you can see here, he comes on live at 2 Eastern. Right now it is sitting at 12:52 Eastern, so we got about a little less than an hour, a little more than an hour left. So we'll see on here. We will see the reaction of price, see what he says, possibly pull up the stream depending on copyright issues. But Jerome today at 2 Eastern. Be careful. Sit on your hands. We'll see how it goes. And yeah, that's about it for now. But tomorrow and this week, let's just go over that really fast. We have obviously, it looks like nothing tomorrow. No, never mind. Here we go. Friday, we have nothing crazy. The Michigan consumer sentiment at 10. I mean, honestly, every day when 10 a.m. hits Eastern time, just be prepared. If you're in a long position already, you're looking good, you could, hold. But like if you're scared of your stop hitting, just probably get out before 10 a.m. because it usually has a crazy move at that time each week, at least one of the days. Today we also though had, if I can find it, give me 1 second. I think it was pre-market. We had natural gas reporting. If I can find it. Where are you? It was on here somewhere. I looked at it earlier. We just hit find that. Where you at? Not nature. I don't want no nature. Okay, I don't know why it's not popping up for me. It goes away, I guess, if it's already been reported sometimes. I don't know why, because we're having that issue with the crude oil thing as well. But remember, we had on Monday of next week, we had the, unless the calendar messed up yesterday, which I was kind of confused about because it said crude oil was on Monday. I don't know why. That was a little strange because I haven't ever seen the report. See, now it's not on there for Monday. Remember, we said it was going to be on Monday.
So when was it? Was it really yesterday?
That's what I'm wondering. Now I'm looking again. 10:30.
All right, investing.com, you're out.
Investing.com's just being weird. Maybe they just had a weird scheduling problem. We're looking at I don't know. But Bitcoin, guys, massive move on Bitcoin. Hit 38K, or we talked about if it goes through 36,000, that we would like it for a continuation. And it did. It absolutely launched through the moves. Let's go to through the 38K. Sorry, I'm going to pull up actually crude oil here. And let's take a look. Wait a second. Related ETFs. I got to get better at using investing.com. Let's see. News, streaming chart, interactive chart. Historical data is just all. There we go. So yeah, 11.9. This is all the data. I'm trying to find the reports on this ish. But okay, we won't worry about this right now. As you don't want to watch me just scroll through investing.com trying to figure out where everything else is. For some reason, their calendar was being a little strange. I don't know why. Yesterday we had some weird. Like, is it on there now? No, because I swear earlier this week it said it was. Okay. Well, we're not going to worry about that. Let's just hop over to the charts and look at old Bitcoin really fast. And kind of go over some things we've been looking at here as well on the Neo Cloud and our current strategy with the Smart Trail as well. Today, for a little update, we're up $386. We were up 500. We saw another entry that could have been taken, and we ended up taking a very small $100 loss on that, but we'll go over that here in a little bit. But for now, Bitcoin high of, let's see here, 37,999.00. That's crazy. You guys that trade this and place, I don't know how they place orders or even can push the liquidity off of a 0.00 decimal, but props to you guys who trade this. You can already see had an aggressive amount of stops taken. This just looks like a liquidity train if I've ever seen one. You could just see based on both of these wicks, whoever moved up their stop losses below 36 here, below these lows, just got freaking hammered. Hopefully it was for profit because that level was extremely heavy on liquidity, as you can see what happened when it touched it. But big move, 38K. Remember we said on the the weekly chart, we are looking for that breaker block breakout. Now, if we were to pull up, the weekly breaker blocks, which is, let's go here, go to the chart, show breakers. Let's see if we haven't fully closed over it. So we were over it earlier this morning, which is the high of 37,179, it looks like. And this breaker block wasn't here anymore because we fully would have gone busted through it again. But we were going to see, if we could get up over that level. We did first now try to break it, and we'll see if we can continue through that level. But for now, on a 4-hour chart, you can just see pretty simple price action that ended in a big push. And then let me turn this off. And then if we go to our daily chart, you can see a daily order block popped up here. And then honestly, next target, 40K. You can see that this 11% order block, which is an extremely high percent order block for the maxed out amount of order blocks. So we'll see if we can get that touch to this 40K level if we get through that 37K and hold above it. Jerome talks in 1 hour. Let's do this. So we'll see what he says in 1 hour. We might throw the stream on, or might throw his speech on, or whatever he's talking about later today. But we don't. I mean, it just depends. We'll probably just watch the market, see how it reacts. But Bitcoin for now, man, this thing just wants to keep going. So best part about Bitcoin is it doesn't really care much about technical analysis when volume steps in. So it's ready to rock. As you can see, it's already continuing this upside move it's been having. Let's jump over to y'all's secondary favorite, which is gold. Gold with a big old V bounce on the daily chart. As we spotted this move to 2K from the 4-hour. What's up, Benji? Has Mickey covered trade management yet? Not yet.
All right.
But again, this is, we talk about this. We don't make this up. Gold 4-hour, where did it bounce? It bounced over overlapping order blocks. White is 1 hour. Yellow is 4-hour, right? So this level was clearly significant. So you can see we had a test and then pretty much engulfing candle almost that occurred right at this level that ended up in a nice retracement so far in this downtrend. Now, at this rate, do we continue? Do we continue higher, lower? This is a very big imbalance candle, a lot of volume in that candle there. We've had a break of structure already from our change of character. Had a very nice head and shoulders, right? That pretty much formed here at the highs into this reversal. So in this case right now, I wouldn't lean too bearish until we see that we want to leave some resistance, which we haven't really seen yet. But that bounce beautifully off of the 1 hour and the 4-hour order blocks. Can't get better than that. If we go to the 1 hour chart, you can even see it here. This is a, if we were to do, let's hide overlap, take that off, you should be able to see that secondary. There you go. Secondary line there, pushing into the Neo. Now, this is a full Neo test as well. We talked about, our Smart Trail Neo type of setup that we're looking for. It broke through that Smart Trail. So I do like that for a potential long setup. In my opinion, I would want to retest this previous lower high here, possibly for a long setup. But yeah, this is a pretty aggressive move today on this 1 hour. We do, though, have the chairman speaking here. And look at that, right? That high's right at the 50% level of the Fibonacci. But we do have the Federal Reserve head chairman speaking today. So we just definitely need to be careful in all markets because he could affect nearly every single one of them. But if you're crazy enough to trade through it, then props to you. But in my opinion, I don't really trade through it. But gold for now on the 5-minute. This is exactly actually what we've been looking for and talking about on the current Neo Cloud setup. Now, this is on the 5-minute. I haven't fully thought about if I want to do it on the 5-minute or 3-minute. We've been doing it on the 3-minute chart. And we had a trade on crude oil today, which was, whoa, big sell-off candle there on the NQ and the ES and the Dow, which is interesting. We'll have to keep an eye on the news for what's going on there. Any idea, Mickey? Any updates?
No, just a choppy week for me all week, unfortunately.
This thing is dumping, though. This is definitely going to your favor there, Mickey.
Shh, don't jinx it. Let's talk about something else.
So interesting. We are getting a sell-off currently. Let me double check something real fast. Give you guys live updates on what might be happening. If I can pull up my one sec.
Because we know someone's at the podium talking now, right?
Yes. 2 hours ago, Biden says no need for government shutdown and open to border proposals. Okay. I don't know about that. Israel military, we're ready for a long war beginning in the northern Gaza Strip. That was 15 minutes ago, though. So maybe preparing for the Jerome talking as well. Oh, bond auction just hit. Let me see. Sorry, we're just double checking. You're right. Yeah, sorry. That is correct. Investing.com has gotten me confused. Bond auction did just hit. 10-year note just hit. Makes sense. Wait, no, that was yesterday. Golly. We might need to be using a different site. Golly.
Yeah, I always use Trading View's economic feed. Yeah, the bond auction just dropped.
Yeah, 10 years yesterday, 30 years today, but even the 30-year. Let's see here. Let's see here, US 30-year. It is ripping. Heavy volume on that. Right now on that report, man. So makes sense while we're falling off here for now.
Come on, let's go.
But again, yeah, those of you guys don't know that TradingView does have bonds now, has federal fund rates and stuff. All you have to do is go to symbol search, go all the way to the right, and you'll see them all here. But yes, what a move so far. Let's see here. Oops, wrong thing there. Let's go back to the ES. Coming off for sure. I wonder if the this is what's interesting too. Check this out. So notice crude oil not affected. Nat gas not affected. So those of you that don't, understand the bond auctions, you can note just by the reactions what is affected by gold, somewhat affected. But as what we were going over, also forgot to mention, welcome back, guys. Appreciate you being here once again. If you can, hit that like button. Let's get to 100 likes again today. Yesterday, I don't think we met 100 likes. But If you're new, welcome to the live stream. Hopefully we give you a little bit of entertainment for the next hour and a half. We got Jerome Powell talking here in just a moment, less than an hour. And we'll see how the market is affected by that. We'll try to keep you updated on it as we go through that. But the 30-year bond auction just hit. And welcome back, Tommy, Scott, Benji, like always. If you guys also, for some of you that are in the Lux Algo Discord, feel free to start talking, man. We're in there trading every day. We're in the futures chat, though. I'm mostly in the futures chat of the member area. So it is free. The Discord is free. When you do sign up for Lux Algo, you get access to the members area as well, which is mostly where we are, talking trade ideas and ways that we like to utilize the indicators. But if you're traders and you know more things about, let's say, bond auctions, feel free to join in, because I'm not big. I just read the report. I can't tell you what exactly the how the bond auction is going to affect the market. But I just go with what's given to me because I'm a technical analysis trader. But I probably should understand it a little more, to be honest. But in this case, gold holding up right now after a nice rally this morning. Price action today was lovely. Very good price action today. We loved, wow. Mickey, cashing in. You 100 ticks yet, buddy? I'm going to just keep talking about it, Mickey, until it inevitably goes crazy. It's going to keep going. Don't worry. We're going to dump. Jerome's going to step up. He's going to drive this 200-300 ticks for you.
I hope. Hold on. We hold.
This is honestly, it's a pretty good level for ES to be in shorts. If you guys are short ski. I'm going to come up with words now. Mickey might be getting a chicken dinner. That's for sure. Mickey with a chicken dinner.
I want more than a chicken
start
dinner.
Using this animation for when Mickey when we hit those chicken dinners. So I just have it loaded in now. Anyway,
I forgot about that.
ES 4 hour though. Look at this chart though. This is quite impressive. Let me bring this back to the 5 minute. I'm on the wrong one that I want to look at. Let's bring it on to our actual order blocks frame here. Go to the 4 hour chart. And look at this. What are we inside of? I mean, this is like a order block galore, order block party happening on right now. Previous swing high, but 4 hour order block and a daily order block lining up together here. You can see the daily, we're still inside of this thing. Remember, we do like to see if we could, get out of it and then look for our trades lower. But the same thing for a 4 hour. We enter this 4 hour, beautiful 4 hour order block reject. Now, finally, taking that sell off. So after this big pump, there's nothing but, more pressure for this price to be coming back down to kind of set up once again if we wanted to go higher. So in this case, as you know, the market does not only go up, but it also goes down as we've been in. Obviously, you can see here a pretty big down run for a while. But in this case, man, nice little retracement here. We do have lows that could easily be retested. Sitting around 4364 here on the ES. If we pull up the NASDAQ, you'll see it similar. That didn't come up. If you pull up the NASDAQ as well, you'll see inside the daily order block too, nearly retested that swing high. So this is definitely destined to reset a little bit for possibly breaking back out. But we'll see what Jerome says here in about 50 minutes. Maybe he'll just drive this through the moon. But for Mickey's sake, we're going lower. But today, I can go over my trade here on crude oil real quick. We talked about, we've been in development of the Neo Cloud Smart Trail type strategy. I took an early entry today. I wanted to try something. I noticed the Smart Trail, as Benji would say, the Neo Trail is what we call it. We wanted these to overlap, right? You see it overlapping here. What my idea was let's take entry on the bottom or within that Neo, or within the smart trail, right? I took an entry here, and then I have a mental stop in my head for if the smart trail gets broken, right? So in this case, it was right here. I took a stop loss. We did hit a breakout move for entry was literally right here. We did end up having over $400 in profit that we didn't take. I didn't think we could have a higher move. But we ended up, look, when this thing broke here, was this low, we ended up losing only $20 because of that risk. It's probably a little bit more than that. It was probably 30, 40 bucks. We lose $20 because we were waiting for this smart trail to get broken down here, which was sitting here, pretty much at break even from before, right? So we waited again. It broke back up, and we ended up taking our entry again for this nice upwards move. But you can see here yesterday and today here on ES, and we'll talk about that in a sec. This is why I like this a lot, actually. So if you were to take your short somewhere inside of the smart trail, right, your mental stop is only if that smart trail breaks, right? So if I were to set a stop, above this high, it gets liquidated. It won't liquidate, it's a good word, but it gets stopped out if I were to just stop at that high. But if I don't have a stop loss and I keep it mentally, right, the smart trail is only broken on a close. So it comes up, tests this, breaks this high, but again, it never closes over. So I'm never out of this trade. Once it's fully actually retests and rejects, then you can think about where your stop loss should go. But in this case, we just wait until that smart trail is broken. If we would have waited on this smart trail, look where it broke, down here. So if we took that short only when these overlap, we would have taken this short and be somewhere around here in the middle. Our actual get out price would have been over here if we took it. That was 630 bucks. In my opinion, though, I'm very impatient. So I like to, retest the body close of the low. That would have been even more. It would have been $680. So that is a huge Neo trail. It was greater than your strat. But that is a huge, huge way or better way to get a proper risk to reward, because at the end of the day, this is our entry. We ended up setting our stop loss here. We're looking at a $130 loss versus a $680 win, which would have been pretty awesome. So in this case, again, here, as you can see, we're breaking through this. But watch, if this thing closed down here, like right now, is a good example, actually. I think if this closes down and that smart trail pops up, could be a start to an entry. And then like this. So watch. Let's see if this actually occurs here. I'm not going to take it because we're up 400 bucks today. I don't really want to mess with it. Is the stream lagging a bit? I don't know. I can't. It says excellent connection for us, so it might be you. Here you go. Watch this. 13 seconds. 9. Now, this is the first test of this. It was out of this downtrend break, so this might not be ideal. But look at this. So now let's just say right here, I'm just going to take this. Boom, right here. Okay, so we would be in short right now. My target would be this low. Now, this is just the idea. Where we would close out, though, if this candle ends up fully closing over this and the smart trail flips. That's our stop loss. We don't actually have a set stop loss like the high or anything. Only if this candle fully does close over that. So we'll come back to that and see here in just a little bit. We got about 3 minutes. But in this case, how are we looking on how are we looking on the lower time frame of the NQ and everything? All right, we got a little bit of retracement there and somewhat of a reject. Beautiful, beautiful. I wonder if we'll, I mean, everybody's just waiting for Jerome at this point. So we should go back, look at stocks that looks at things that might not be as affected as much. But here you go. Money. Look at this. It's what you look for. It happened on gold here. We missed it on the 5 minute, but you would have entered somewhere in here, right? And then you would have now your stop under here. You'd be targeting this high in there. So it's already making its somewhat move that we have going on right now. So there you go. Would have hit. So yeah, it's an interesting little tactic with the the Neo inside the trail there. And even here, you can see I have a thing. Oh, that's an order block. Oops. My bad. But even there, you know, it came up, retested, reject, never broke over, came back down, retested a low. Never broke over, came back down, retested a low. I'm noticing, though, it works better on gold in, like, commodities. So I wouldn't really try this too much with ES and NQ anymore just yet. They're pretty good. So, like, watch this here in a sec. If this closes, it would have hit we would be closing out. And right now, we'd only be in a $60 loss. So let's see here in a sec.
Trying to go against me again, huh?
They trying to mess with you? That is a good question there, 7G2. This is Luxago Premium. You can actually get 30 days risk-free right now. All you got to do is click the link in the description of this this live stream, and you'll be in for 30 days risk-free, and then after that, you can decide what you want to do. And there we go. We didn't get stopped yet. I'm actually kind of tempted to just take it, but we won't really stress about it. We already hit it. We already hit our TP for the day, so usually always good. Actually, what I'll do is let's just log out of this. We'll go into the paper trading on trading.
Smart Trail's about to print
on Trading View here. So essentially, this was our stop. Our stop loss is if it breaks. This is the paper trading thing, so it's gonna look a little bit different. But like, man, that's $700 to that body close down there. So in this case, I might not even go all the way to the low. I just watch it. But so I wish this happened with other brokers. I don't know if it does, but it literally, when you use the paper trading within TradingView, it literally shows you your P&L, which is really nice, or your potential P&L. But sure, we can look at ES, or sorry, the SPX, same thing. Currently downtrending a bit here. I was gonna pull it up on here. We talked about it on the 4-hour there. So it's best to use on that is what we're trying to figure out right now. We've only been doing this for a little less than 2 weeks. We're been chopping around $1,500 profit. We hit a high of 2,500 and then had a big loss day. So, but that was just because we were still figuring out what the strategy is. But for now, let me pull that back up. Sorry. For now, we're still just messing around, trying to dial in what would be best with the Neo Cloud, Smart Trail type setups. But 3 minute for the crude oil and what's it called? Crude oil and gold and nat gas has been actually pretty good. Like, let's see what NG took a trade on. Look at Mickey's getting happy over here. NG here. So let me make sure that we're not. Yeah, we're gonna hit that. We have a minute left. Sorry. Let's close out of this if it does end up closing up here. Is that right, Mickey?
Come on, Smart Trail, print.
Man, I'm so stuffed up right now. It's driving me nuts. Probably blew my nose like 300 times yesterday. It was bad.
Use those Vixen
Watch this, though. Watch this, guys. Watch. 6 seconds left. Look, if this Smart Trail prints blue, then we're out. Right? All right, so it printed blue. Look, boom. We lost, I think, $100 on that trade, and we're good. If that would have fully rejected, we would have had $700, $800, $900. We're out quick because the Smart Trail flipped. In this case, like we said, like we showed earlier, if you honestly, I've been thinking about this as well. Maybe just setting your limit order for the touch of the Smart Trail, because if you would have taken it here on crude oil right at the touch of that the extremity there, the bottom Smart Trail, and targeted this high, that was $411 versus, you know, eventually you'd move your stop up it, versus like literally, like I said, $100 there that we just closed out of. So like in this case, like natural gas, we had a trade on right here. Now, the other thing I would like to mention is it is better to take that trade almost immediately once these flip. Like if it occurs pretty quickly, that's probably your best bet. If it's coming to a low like this and it's setting up, your odds of this actually flipping into a different trend much higher. Also, freaking missed this on natural gas. That's annoying. So this is interesting. Actually, never mind. I didn't miss it. But look at it occur without the Neo, which is interesting too. So maybe we look at just a smart trade. I don't know. But for now, we want them to pair up. But here, took a short off of this. Or sorry, no, took a short off of this candle. My bad. Did I take a short off that candle? Hold on. I gotta log back into the trade evade. Let's see here. Where's that short? That doesn't make sense. Was I on the 5 minute? Is that my fault? That's my fault. I was on the 5 minute. Lame. Why did I freaking 5 minute? So that's the other thing, is make sure you're on the right time frame. That's stupid. So I was like, why did I take? I remember taking a short down here, but I don't know why. It actually ended up hitting for a little bit there. Like I think it was $170. But we took a short off of this candle, hit 180, 100. Actually it did hit 200, I think, depending on where we entered. But then closed out up there. So for $100, we were going for $300. Sorry, let me move this over. Yes, you can get alerts as well for anything that you want. This was the other thing, actually, by the way, guys, that I took. Sorry. Another thing you need to keep in mind is the price action, right? A big reason why I re-entered CL today on that 3 minute trade, not just because of the Neo bounce, but notice where it was actually bouncing. And I had up the price action concepts, right? So if you have the price action concepts up, I upped this to 500 and I put on the breaker blocks. So this can really help kind of add that extra level of confluence. In this case, now I can visually see that there was resistance at this level, right? There's a lot of resistance here. But look at, there's a breaker block that it was also bouncing off of. So knowing that's resistance in a proper trend, like we always talk about proper trends, proper trend, you want to, retest previous highs to have a higher low, right? So you bounce off a previous high, have a higher low. That's support, had that higher low twice there, very minimal. And then we had our run to the upside. So long as it was holding above that previous resistance here, I was really happy for this crude oil to continue. Now, in this case, and I wish I was on the 3 minute when I took that trade on in that gas, because I wouldn't have taken it. But make sure, another note, make sure to take the time frame into account. In this case, though, right here, this low, right, that was a previous bounce level. If this low would have acted as resistance inside the smart trail, which it did, and I missed it, actually. If I was on that 3 minute, I would have freaking took it. Anyway, it acted as resistance right off this low, right? Off of that smart trail. A lot of, there's probably a breaker block there, but yeah, there was, just because you can see it's printed here now. But if I go back in time, you'll see a breaker block here. But again, came up, retested the breaker block, as well as the Neo Cloud and the smart trail. So in that case, your short could have been right here. I would have targeted, like I said, the body lows here, where they open close, not the actual low. You're looking at a $300 trade versus a $60 risk. So overall, that would have been ideal. If the smart trail flips, though, we find support on a breaker block or something. You can see we rejected off of this previous low. Understanding proper price action when going into these trades is pretty key as well. Making sure you know if the structure is making sense. If it doesn't, like, down here taking a short, it is rough, but it was obeying, this low that it set before. So it's a good indication that it could continue lower. But again, let me go back to having this interval on where we're all on the 3-minute chart, because that's annoying. Anyway, like here, I probably wouldn't have taken it as much. Let's see if ES though. ES Smart Trail's a little high. Sorry, that was MES there. My bad. Smart Trail is also a little high here on ES. We have Jerome in a little over 30 minutes. Look at YM though. YM, I remember we said we wanted them to overlap. But honestly, I would have wanted to see that low break here, which we're not getting, or it broke, but like act as resistance. So it did rally back a bit there. So nothing we're too crazy about at this given moment. Let's see here. Why is that also nat gas? Go back to crude oil. But someone else wanted to see Edward wanted to see the Tesla 4-hour chart, so we might as well go look at that while we're waiting. Tesla 4-hour, and look at that. Literally exactly what we were talking about, Benji. Oh man, that's awesome. What are the odds? What are the odds of that happening exactly the way we were talking about it? Okay, here you go. Smart Trail inside of a Neo cloud. The first time after the Neo flipped, right? Comes up and it rejects, right? But we talked about, entry position ideally would be at what? The high of the Smart Trail, right? High of the Smart Trail. And then, for Tesla, we target these lows. But in this case, depending on what you're trading, maybe that gap fill. Overall, beautiful setup inside of a bearish Smart Trail. The bearish Neo Trail. So when they're combined for extra strength. Powell in 30 minutes. Yes, Powell in 30 minutes. We'll see how the market reacts.
Smart Neo Trail.
The Smart Neo Trail. There you go. But overall, though, beautiful. I mean, these are trend following tools, right? Things that we like to see. Where also was this rejecting? Well, you can see there's a previous kind of support level as well. If we were to pull up some of the breaker blocks there, you can see that occurred earlier. It didn't fully come up to test it, but almost did. But that is pretty wild here on Tesla. Tesla's still like a short, though. This is candle one of a great short coming in. So we'll see what she can do. Bitcoin. Did Bitcoin have any fun Neo Trail stuff today? Because now I'm like intrigued. Let's go to actually here. Let's gonna pull a Bitstamp. We don't want Bitstamp. Did we have any Neo Trail action today?
Bitcoin to 20. Come on.
Bitcoin to 100,000. And look at this. We did. The only time, guess what? The only time it touched right here. Oh, only time it touched was right there on this guy. Top of that. For now, you could set your stop below the Neo. But for me, like I said, I like to target the high. But in this case, you remember you just pretty much had that mental stop for the Neo cloud to be, the Smart Trail to be broken. Never broke. If you would have waited for it to break, your take profit would have been right here. You're looking at, 651 buckaroonies. It's a beautiful, gentle touch. Exactly. So that's why I'm like, Like, we probably go for just the actual touch. If you have good risk management, if it occurs inside of this, then while it's there, you kind of watch your price action, right? Like what I did earlier on crude oil is I watched it. It's like, okay, it's here. It's kind of getting bought back up, a little bit on this candle. This one here, okay, it's showing some action. I would have probably bought at the close of this candle, and then just let it ride until, because if you think about it, at the end of the day, you're literally grabbing a retracement regardless. So Is this, and then there you go on the Fibonacci, it all kind of lined up, 618. But I'm sorry, didn't pull that actual high. So a little bit lower than the 618. But again, in this case, you're playing a higher low, right? But you're in an uptrend, so it's an uptrend. You're playing a higher low. You're playing a retracement, so this is always going to be ideal entry, right? For those of you that trade fair value gaps, same thing of why you trade fair value gaps, because you're looking for that retracement level, for that imbalance to be filled type situation. So same type of situation here. Your risk reward is left very minimal. But here's the thing, though. If it wants to go lower, it's just going to immediately go lower. But if it doesn't, it's going to actually bounce, and then you're going to have a nice setup. So ideally, yes, this is starting to come into why this strategy might end up being really good because of that, better entry that we would be getting, rather than what we talked about where it breaks below the Neo and you're already halfway through the trade, right? So in that case, this is already showing the potential that could be better behind this. But yeah, it's just a matter of now continuing to trade it, see how she does, right? So we'll see. I mean, gold here executed beautifully. This thing overlapped a bit. Right off of that, right there, hit the high. I mean, that's exactly what we want to see. That was the second time it touched, but this was during a bearish Neo cloud. So we'll see how it goes. We can go back in time a little bit if you want while we're waiting, I guess. He said multiple PAC added. Is it with multiple timeframes? Yeah, that's on this layout that I have. I like to have multiple price action concepts up. So when we're doing our high time frame analysis, it's a lot easier to see where these key levels are. So for Bitcoin, for now, we got a 4-hour order block sitting up here, right below 40K. And above that, I got a lot of money sitting up here, ready to pounce, And I keep on this one getting out of it. Here you go. So in this case, man, crude oil almost didn't break that Neo. What do you want me to share? Like the setup? I mean, I can set it up for you in 2 seconds here. Just each one you do, just hit your settings, max out your breaker blocks, change it to a color, or max out your order blocks, change it to a color you like, and then change the time frame to whichever one you want. I have daily, 4-hour, and 1 hour, and then I'll tick on 15-minute when I like it. But we talked about, was it gold that bounced off of it nicely? I think. Oh, yeah. Is your CAD doing good? Let's see. Wow. Every single time I look at some of these pairs, it just makes me want to trade Forex more and more. What clean moves. 618, reject, broke through a bit. But in this case, you got your bearish Neo. I mean, look at the... incredible. Look at that bounce there. Breaker blocks and order blocks similar, yes, but they're just broken order blocks. Hence the breaker blocks. Bounce, of course, off the 1-hour and the 4-hour order block. There's a 4 signal. Let me see.
Busted block.
Let's go back here. Let's see if we actually had any setups on our other strategy today. I normally take 4-hour. What time frame has the 4 signal? Oh, are you on a non whatever it's called, probably non-autopilot? Let's see. 18. Okay, yeah, there you go. Optimize sensitivity for signal. Yes. Okay. So that's a nice start to this setup, right? You have that 4 signal. Let's see if you get a full retracement on a fib, but also if I pull up price action concepts, let me up the order blocks here and do breakers. Do you have any breakers coming into play here? Let me take off overlap. Okay, so your breakers are up there, which you had already rejected off these lows. I would say this area this right here. Roughly, that's already starting to bounce. This area here, a lot of action, right? Higher low, resistance, previous high. And then right here as well, had a little reset for a head lower. I would see how this area wants to react. You do have that 4 signal, which is good. Remember, we'd say about the oscillator. See if you get that retracement, and I want to see this oscillator come down and then have a turning point below the 50, and then I like it a lot because notice we extended on the downside there. So there could be actually a really good setup here coming today or tomorrow. But let's try, let's see if we had any setups today with our other strategy. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Let me turn on midterm again. Autopilot. Why does this keep going away? Sorry, let me move this for you.
That's a lot of lines you got there.
And I'm going to take off price action. Or actually, sorry, I'm going to take off the max order blocks. Go back to my default. Wait, if it'll load. There it goes. Okay. Let's see if Cat anything today. I put my AIs back on. Doesn't look like we had any trades today. Let's go over to ES. ES forming a bear flag. Any trades on ES? Looks like maybe pre-market. Not even pre-market. We didn't. What about the NASDAQ? No real trades today on the NASDAQ. We didn't get a BOS. Crude oil. There's a crude oil 5-minute here playing off nicely. I hate that there's this change character here. That turning point could have been our initial entry. It could be a low risk play. It actually had a pre-market trade. It's had a pre-market trade. Same thing with but what we talk about coming out of a negative money flow, extended on the positive side, right into this turning point right below the 50, right? 3 signal, bounce off the smart trail. This would have been your long entry. And then upper order block target usually is what we go for. It hit the 50%, but you would have been right below it there. So almost a 2 or 1.5 to 1. That was a pretty big bounce out on that candle. Too bad we didn't get a turning point early on. But overall, that had a very nice setup today. Did a gold have anything for us? Doesn't look like it. Gold, though, off of that high there, man, that Neo bounce is beautiful. Let's see, YM, I don't think did either. Nope. What about Nat Gas? Nat Gas was struggling a bit. Bullish change character, so no go. Remember, we had a trade. Oh, we might be getting one now on this, actually. BOS change character, BOS 2 signal. 61 euro is setting up. Again, this is also affected by Jerome, so in this case, I wouldn't be taking it. But this does line up for a entry if you get a turning point here in just a second to retest a low. But this is pretty aggressive movement already. So I wouldn't want to say, hey, let's go crazy. I was optimized sensitivity, by the way, on that time frame. Ooh, the Russell. Very nice, other than this change character here. So the change character can save you. That market structure can save you quite a bit. If I ever see a market structure shift when it goes into a smart trail, not every time I will actually take a trade on that. Ooh, here you go. Silver. I like silver. BOS, change of character 2. BOS, reject right here. You're getting your turning point on this guy. Let's look back at this here in a little bit. I'm just gonna let's see if this hits a new low. Right, then target the lower order block, the high of the order block. Let's see if that breaks down here in a bit. Silver money came from a high, retraced, money flow flip, money flow is increasing, turning point. Let's see if it goes lower. Let's come back to our Neos. Man, and there you go. We were saying bear flag, right? It's technically an awkward bear flag, but it's still the same concept. Anytime you see price really extend to one direction, but then immediately reverse and bring back a decent amount of price and set a higher low, more than likely it has a bear flag to go lower. But this is the first time it's occurred. I'm not saying it does it every single time. I'm saying usually it's on that first initial move. So you are heading lower here. A nice entry would have been somewhere up here off the Neo. But, man, look at this. That was gold. Rejected the smart trail there. But it wasn't inside that Neo class. Remember, we do like to see it inside the Neo, which is always nice to see. But in this case, there you go. Look at that. Boom, hit, bam, breakout. 3 minute. It was at 4 a.m. this morning. I swear it's honestly sometimes better to trade during the London session because it just trends more. This is paying nicely on silver. TP1. There you go. Here's TP1. TP2 would be right here. And then TP3 would be down here. But Jerome, 15 minutes. I'm going to pull up Twitter. We can stay updated on it. We can play it, I guess, but at the same time, I don't really think it's worth it.
It'll be just like yesterday.
It'll be the same stuff as always. Is he going to be speaking? Where is he going to be speaking? IMF panel. Okay. Who also made some introduction remarks at a separate. So yesterday he made a little bit of introduction remarks. The market didn't move much off of that, so maybe we'll be lucky here. Yeah, I need to stop yawning, Mickey. Anything you want to look at or go over?
Yeah, I can go over some signals and overlays.
Oh wait, we got 15
setups.
Minutes.
Yeah, I can.
We have 15 minutes, so yeah, why not?
Yeah, we can do that.
Look at some stuff.
All right, Tesla 4 hour
update. Any trade updates happen?
I promised show tests on the 4 hour.
Yeah, I just looked at it too. It was brutal.
All right, signals and overlays. I also have price action concept. Everything disabled except for premium and discount zones. Okay. For stocks, if I don't trade stocks, but for stocks, if I would trade them, I would actually go into signals and overlays and turn off autopilot. And I'll actually use the optimal sensitivity. What is this? 14 by 14. Save that. All right. Let me go over to my entry chart. 15 minutes. I'll do the same. Turn that off. 10, 10, okay.
We were just looking at ZB1, Alex.
Okay. Okay, as you notice,
I think
on this bearish move, right? It created a premium zone up here. Once price broke away, this premium zone is static. It's staying put, right? As price kept on moving down, we are forming a discount level.
You good, bro? You good?
As soon as price moves away from the discount level, right? I am on high alert, right? We want to sell when the prices are high. We want to buy when the prices are low, okay? We want to sell when prices are at a premium level. We want to buy when prices are at a discount level. Okay, so if I'm monitoring the Tesla on a 4-hour, we have a neo cloud bearish move. Okay, we have an entry signal going long into a bearish neo cloud. We have a caution exit signal just printed. After that print, it's chopping around. We are still in a discount zone, but we are close to the equilibrium. But nonetheless, it's in a discount zone. Okay. Sell signal printed. Okay. At this time, I'm looking for a short. Okay, so what I want to see on a lower time frame, I want to see price action on a 15-minute or a 5-minute or whatever lower time frame you use. I want to see price in its own premium level because I want to sell when the prices are high. Okay. On a 15-minute, I need to have price at a premium level so it can get back into a discount level, which the 4-hour is still flopping around. Okay. Let's go down to the 15. Let me enlarge this. Okay. Let me do side by side so you can see. There. Okay. All right, this is the 4-hour. Okay. Here's the 15-minute. There we go. This is the candle where this signal printed. Look at my cursor on the 15-minute. Okay. I am taking an entry somewhere here. Somewhere in here, I'm going short. Okay. Well, which bar do I go short? That's not for me to say. All right. That's for your style and your strategy, what you use. But I like to take a look at my charts when I'm zooming out, bird's eye view, right? I don't get too technical with everyone because everyone's different. You know, everyone has their own different style, and I don't try to force feed my style onto you, but I do try to help everyone view the charts, you know, on a higher time frame and what to look for on a lower time frame. So on a higher time frame, which is the 4-hour, I'm looking for shorts, and I am looking for price on a lower time frame at a premium level. See? Price is at a premium level on a lower time frame, while price is still in a discount level on a higher time frame. So in theory, the lower time frame price of the premium level needs to get back in to the discount. The market needs to balance out. So price needs to go back down to the discount level. All right? So I'm taking a short. Everything is in confluence, right? Premium level to discount level. I am buying highs. I am buying at a better price. No, I'm selling at a better price. Excuse me. I'm selling at a better price. Signal printed short. Lux algo candle coloring red. Neo cloud bearish. Right? Once it crossed over to the equilibrium level, winner chicken dinner, figure out where you want to exit. Okay? We have a couple exit signals here, exit signals here. All right? You can also add matrix too. All right, let's see what the matrix shows us. I don't know. I mean, we'll just take a look. Okay. When on a higher time frame, signal printed, turning point down.
I need to
now
make a
I'm
trigger,
going.
trigger
Now I'm
word
going
every
down
time
to the
you
lower
say
time
chicken
frame.
dinner, the chicken
15.
pops up.
I know, right?
I popped it up.
You have to train it to my voice. Chicken dinner.
Luke saw it. Luke saw it.
All right. Turning point down on the 4 hour. Going down to the 15-minute. Turning point down has already printed. And it's staying turning point down until you have a turning point up.
That's gold.
That is your key to close out everything, because we are in an oversold area of the matrix. Okay? So that's, in a nutshell, that's how I would use premium and discount zones. Okay? That's signals and overlays. Let me go over price action concepts on dollar. Right now, the dollar's just a mess, right? So I don't trade the Forex right now, but I want to go over trade management.
TP1 hit on silver for those of you guys who were talking about that trade earlier.
Oh, silver. Who's trading silver?
Oh, remember I said there was a silver setup. It's not a live trade, but for our other strategy, silver setup.
All right. For trade management, there's really nothing to show on a chart for trade management. Basically, it's what's in your head between the ears, right? Let's look at trading as a business, right? In a business, there's some costs involved. Bumblebee time, right? You want bumblebee time? Here you go. Nice and yellow.
I need another animation.
But it tells you what, it pops on the live stream, right? You could see that. But let's get back to trade management. Trade management, I mean, day trading is a business. You know, I do this 5 days a week, right? It's a business, and there's cost involved in opening up a business. I don't care if you open up a restaurant, car wash, it does not matter. You still need to pay the electricity bill, the water bill. You still need to pay your employees. Those are costs that you need to pay. So with trading, what is our cost? Our cost in trading is losses. We need to take the loss. We have to pay the bills. We have to pay the losses in order to collect the profits at the end of the month, right? So if you take a loss, don't feel bad or FOMO or just all pissed off, right? Be happy. It's part of business, right? But you don't turn on the lights all the time, right? You got to shut the lights to save money when you're closing down your business, right? Just like the losses, don't hang on to the losses and pray. Just shut it down, shut it off. What is that?
We're just gonna have random things now.
All right.
We got a chicken dinner, and then we got some bumblebees and a chicken dinner.
Jesus freaking A. All right.
Yeah, move the music. I keep tapping the music button. Incredible. Go ahead.
I got bees here. All right. So how do I put this on a chart, right? Taking the losses, right? So let's just say, just be married. Just be married to an asset. Learn it. Learn the ebb and flows, right? When it moves, measure how far it moves. So you know when it moves, you can estimate on average how far it goes, right? Now, when you lose, cut your losses short. Because I don't care if you take 9 losses in a week. Your last trade, the 10th trade, is the winner, right? You could be 30% win rate, right? But you could be making millions every month with the 30% win rate, right? Right, Jacob? In baseball.
Oh yeah.
If you, I mean, you're the batter.
Odds,
what
baby.
if you're 30% success? Guess what? You're a billionaire, right? But
play the odds.
yeah. So here, just create a rule for trade management. Here I'm gonna go again. A bear chart. All right. Let's do this. All right, let's do this. Okay. This is exactly what I do for my 4-hour order blocks, right? But I'm going to dummy it down for me. I drew a line here. Okay. So what is my rule? My rule is when price goes through a line, I'm going to take the trade in that direction, and I'm going to close out when the line crosses back over. Simple rule. You have to follow it. You have to follow it. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay? There you go. Price crosses down. I am taking a short. And what is my exit rule? It's clear cut. My exit rule is when it crosses back over. Right? That trade right here is a break-even trade. What if you held? What if you held and prayed? What if you held and prayed? What happens? What happens? Your account is blown. Your prop account is blown. Go pay another $100 for another account. Keep on paying. Right? But if you would have closed right here, you're break even and you live another day. All right. Here's another trade. I am going long because it broke. I am going long. That is the rule. That is the rule. I am going long. Okay. When do you close out? It crossed back over here. Follow me now, right? Close back over here. Guess what? You broke even. On every single entry on this chart, you're breaking even. You are 50-50. There is no question about that. So how do you become profitable? Create a rule that gets you out somewhere here instead of
spike down even. 1 p.m. 2 Eastern.
Right? When you're long here, create a rule so it gets you out somewhere here instead of here. I hope everyone's following me on this, because this is very simple. You're breaking even on every single trade using this line. So instead of exiting on this line, create another rule that gets you out somewhere over here. Create another rule that gets you out gets you out here. Like over here. I'm short. When do I exit? I'm still in because there's no candle that's closing beyond this line, right? So I'm still in profit. Price is still here. I entered right here. I'm still in profit, but I could have gotten here. Well, create a rule that got you out of here. Well, Mickey, how do I create that rule? I don't know. Do your homework, right? What you could have done, do market structure, right? Do whatever that fits you, right? Here's some market structure breaks, right? Maybe you got out of there during this chotch. Maybe you can use signals and overlays. Trend catcher. Maybe the trend catcher flipped here. Right? So based on this blue line, you're always breaking even. So what's the point? You're going to lose because all your trading fees is going to eat you up.
Real quick, big, decent candle happening right now.
What are we looking at?
Decent candle. Jerome must have touched the mic.
All right, flip it over your chart. Let's take a look at Jerome here.
All righty. Yeah, we're just watching us come down a bit here. Nat gas. A lot of these are selling off a bit. Crude oil as well. Those of you that we were talking about the where's the silver on this one? Sorry, let me pull that back up. Our silver should be also, yeah, silver hit TP2 there. Now this obviously was into news, but right now some decent candles. I was gonna pull up this old school Jerome animation that those of you that don't know it are missing out. There you go. You can hear the music probably a little bit. I can't hear it. I used to be able to. Let's see what I can do here. Hold on. I wish I could. It won't let me do it while we're waiting. Off when I have it turned off, but I might do that later. I can get it to where he's transparent and he'll be on the screen. But for now, no current updates so far on what he said. But we'll keep you updated as he speaks. If you want to see what's going on, they probably have the stream live on YouTube. For that, just type in Jerome Live. He said the Dixie's running. Probably with the candles we're getting and everything everywhere else. But those of you silver here, we hit TP3. So all three targets were hit there on that trade. Would have been a 2.5 to 1 trade like we talked about. Now, why would we have taken this trade? Well, this is a setup that we've talked about a million times and what we really like. And it has to do with every piece of these indicators, right? We have the two signal that got formed after a change of character after a BOS. So we like to see BOS in a change of character, smart trail flip, reject the smart trail, and then turning point after a money flow flip. And you're coming from a high and a low. So that trend just started, right? Perfect setup for an entry. You take it on that turning point, which would have been right here on this candle here, like I showed you. 2 to 1 hit perfectly off of that order block. So it's exactly what we look for on that trade. Beautiful setup there for silver. Great setup. Oh, nice, Tommy. Well, I mean, there you go. That's just something that you works well. Is one of my favorite setups. That is ideal setup there. A lot of times, you're going to be sitting. A lot of times you're going to be sitting, waiting to see if that money flow flips and it lines up like this. Not a lot of times this happens because money flow doesn't every now and again will flip perfectly like this, but you really want to see it flip and then start increasing rather than like something where it's like trending up and down like this. You can take the trade, but it's not as ideal doing it this way. But that was ideal. It's exactly what we look for on this particular setup. On the 5-minute, this is a 5-minute setup that I really like. We had the trade like you saw yesterday on one of these accounts. I was going to see here YM selling off. Bitcoin probably getting the same effect, right, guys? Anybody watching Bitcoin? No, it's kind of static. How to use oscillator in a different time frame than the chart? It's not in a different time frame, same time frame. If there's a multi-time frame feature, you'll see it within the oscillator matrix. It would say multi-time frame, but we're not using a different time frame on that same time frame. Silver percentages. It's just the value of order blocks within the amount that you have. So 5. It's and it's basing it on volume. So most volume right now, let's say for silver, came off of this high up here, or sorry, down here. My bad. Second, or sorry, never mind. This is 25%. So was this higher low here, 30% down here, higher low. These are the higher volume levels, so you could make those more significant type of setups. You can use a different. Are you able to do that, Mickey? Did I miss something?
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna set up my chart here.
Oh yeah, you can do it with two like layout zones as well if you wanted to do it that way. But like, yeah, Mickey, here, just talk about it real quick. Well, I'll look for another setup while you speak on that real fast.
All right, Ramanan, right? Hopefully, I'm pronouncing it correctly. All right, this is the chart I posted several times in Discord to show everyone. Okay, I have the main chart up here, right? 15 minutes. Oscillator is on the 15 minutes. Bottom panel, I have the matrix on a 4-hour chart. Well, how do I do that? That's kind of neat. This is just a 2-chart template, okay? What do I mean by that?
Your 2-chart chump.
Yeah, 2-chart template. That's it, you know?
2-chart.
I have 2 charts using trading view feature of templates, right? Over here, if you can see that, right? So what I do is I have a 15-minute template up here, 4-hour template up here, both of them with candles. I just collapse the 4-hour candle chart. That's it. Ain't that kind of neat?
That is cool. Actually,
you know, so
clever way
clean this
to
up
use
a little
trading
bit. Clean this up a little bit. There you go. We're eating chicken dinners, right?
Oh, don't say the trigger word.
Look at that. Look at that.
Trigger word.
All right. And you can do this with any bottom oscillator. Look how smooth a higher time frame matrix is. Look what I'm going to do. Hold on. Do this. I'm going to change the settings here.
Trailing stop.
Look at that. Come on, right? You're welcome. All right, back over to you, Jacob.
Yeah, I got it. So here you go, guys. This is a good way to talk
Protesters interrupt Powell. Awesome.
Wait, really? Of course they do. Wait, shoot. I turned off my
There you
Twitter.
go.
Turn off my Twitter. That ain't typical. They had to pull him off stage again. All right, quick updates on the Jerome. Fed Powell emphasizes being attentive to the risk of misinterpretation by data and the danger of over-tightening. He notes that inflation has given us a few head fakes. And there's a lot of things that just popped up. States that the process of achieving a 2% inflation target still has a long way to go. Quote, long way to go. He said the past week, U.S. loan funds witnessed an inflow of $687 million, according to data from Liper. The SP 500 and NASDAQ 100 experienced declines, reaching new session lows following comments. Yeah. We know. The guy could say good things, and it probably still heads lower. I wonder if somebody needs to create a chart based on how price has moved every time he spoke. I bet you it's 70% bear The Federal Reserve will continue to move, quote, continue to move carefully in its approach to monetary policy. So same stuff. He literally says same stuff. Veggie climate change activists just came up on stage versus Powell. They made it. They made it to him physically? What the heck? That's wild. I don't have it up right now because it would probably be annoying to watch. But
I mean, you would think they've learned, right? How many times has that happened?
Somebody's gonna get tackled. Look at this. Is kind of cool actually. We talk about 4-hour order blocks, by the way.
Switch it to your charts.
Oh yeah, that's my B. That is my B. Oh my chart button's not working. No wonder. It's supposed to be on my chart. Wait, that was your camera. Hold up. I have all my buttons programmed. For some reason it's not working. Wait, hold up. I do need these buttons for later, so let me just reset this. Give me 1 sec. Make sure this works. Why aren't you working? Let me see if does this work if I go to. No, none of these buttons are working. That's not good.
Restart and refresh.
That's fine. I did, but I'll just manually do it. It's fine. It's all good. All right. So talking about the 4-hour order blocks like we spoke on before, this range on ES here could have been easily traded. Gosh. But notice here, every time we escaped the matrix of the 4-hour order block, we retested the upper order block, right? And this is on the 5-minute, at this high that we had. But escaped it, tested the upper 4-hour order block, escaped it, tested the lower 4-hour order block, escaped it high, came back, we're in it, escaped, retest, tested the low, bounce back, tested the high, escaped, now we're back inside the 4-hour order block. So really, really nice price action occurring between these two 4-hour order blocks on the 5-minute chart. But beautiful, beautiful setup so far. And we're continuing to head lower because of it. I wanted to see if we did have another setup anywhere else. Let's see. CL. Or any of these that had, no, we're pretty much just in a standstill right now, retesting lows a bit. Some crazy price action on nat gas at the moment. Probably because of the protesters. But NQ retesting a low set yesterday at noon. See if we can break through that. But see, that's soybean oil went a little crazy today. Word for word. I mean, I'd say that crap too, to be honest. That's just annoying. It's like he's just doing what he has to do. Like he's just doing his job. So like let him speak. It's insane. All right, let's see here. Silver, beautiful reject. ZB1 we looked at earlier. ZB1, remember that was the other one we liked the setup on for that move lower. Russell had a great setup so long as that change of character wouldn't have formed, which is kind of obnoxious, but nice little setup. But the biggest thing we can focus on right now is the current state we're in, where we might head after this. And, Mickey, you're probably in 100 ticks right now, aren't you? Man's getting nervous. But I wouldn't be. This is a great level to be short, and you're short at a very great price. But yeah, guys, at the end of the day, I would recommend longer term trading has always been the biggest key to success in trading. Day trading, you hear, 90% of people fail, and that's because a lot of us are very impatient. I'm extremely impatient. But if you bring patience into it, read higher time frames, take swing trades based on higher time frames, and hold those positions, like, you will see probably a 10 times better win rate than you would on a lower time frame, because you're giving your analysis time to play out. You don't have to stress over where it's at. In this case, what goes up must come down. I mean, that's what theory is that? Newton's law, right? Isn't that Newton's law? What goes up must come down. All right, now
I don't know. Einstein? Who knows? Darwin? I don't know.
yes. Well, Newton's law
Winner,
is an
winner,
object
chicken dinner?
will not change its motion unless a force acts on it. But pretty much the same thing. So, again, this is logical, even with like you say, they see the Fibonacci in nature, and you see the Fibonacci in the stock market. It's just all in sync, right? So, in this case, after a strong rally like this, common sense would say be short, right? Now, there's more to it than that, of course, but at this current moment, we have a lot of signs pointing to head lower, right? We were extended on the oscillator after this aggressive move. We're rejecting 4-hour order block. We're entering a 4-hour order block. We need price to, quote unquote, come back down before we continue higher, more than likely. We have a bunch of imbalances on the 4-hour to fill. Inflation hasn't fully slowed down yet, so we have a lot of move. We have a lot of movement to be playing off of to potentially occur to that downside, especially after retesting a swing high like this. But for now, we'll see. Where should we head? Let's see. The euro. Man, look at that. 4-hour reject. Just insane on the euro. Let's see here. ZB1. The E-mini Russell is probably, this is leading right now. Quite a bit of a sell-off there. Already that has occurred. YM sometimes can be leading. YM leading a bit. Then you have ES and NQ retesting those lows finally. So very nice moves so far. Short was always the play this week into Jerome speaking. That's just part of it, especially after a bull run like that. I wouldn't be surprised if, your odds of it going lower were very high. So like the volatility index, let's look at the VIX and see how it's trading today. The VIX is up, 7%, very large volume. So we know you can base the volatility off of the VIX. So you can see even with this big week we had was just slowly trending back, and look at the value it gained back just from today, which is, the entire move that occurred last week. Or actually, sorry. Let's look at the day. Let's look at the 4-hour. So yeah, pretty much the majority of the move that occurred last week, we're getting back in one day just because of the volatility that's hitting the market. So, this is a good sign for us to head a bit lower as well. Fear and greed control the market, right? So for now, we're just, this is makes sense that we are coming down. So if you're stressed about it falling off like this, I wouldn't be. It's just part of the flow of the market that we look for. We might get a CL trade potentially, but it is interesting. This is another thing we looked at with the Neo trail, as we call it. The NeoCloud inside the Smart Trail, or the Smart Trail inside the NeoCloud, is, we already tested it and we broke out. Then we came back down. But in this case, maybe if the trend is proper, we'll get something like this. And we can look at it. Maybe there'll be a setup. Let's see. We've been live, for hour 30? Yeah, we still got about another 45 minutes to an hour. Let's see where silver's at. Silver. Incredible. Beautiful trend setup that we wanted, and we rejected perfectly. The price action was gold, and we're not talking about gold, we're talking about silver. You can see copper here, same type of setup, flip, and then not a bunch of turning points. Nice little change there, and headed lower. When you see this many turning points, it can be a little bit rough, but I think that's kind of it on the overall amount of things we've looked at. Is there anything you guys want to look at this current state right now? Why am I saying used? I want to look at Bitcoin again. Is Bitcoin futures have volume yet? Oh, I had some volume today. It's starting to pick up a little bit, it looks like. I've been waiting for Bitcoin futures to have a little bit more volume so you can trade it. Because we trade normal futures, not 100x leverage futures. Like on Binance and stuff. Approaching now. Yeah, that's awesome. Hopefully we get some more volume on those. It'd be so fun to trade those. But let's see here. They're good to swing. They're good little swingers. You can get nice leverage on those for swing trades. Currently bouncing, right? Off of a 5-minute order block that formed like what on Monday. Bounced off this level before as well. Getting a nice setup currently. We are flipping though. The only thing I don't like is a change character instead of a BOS into a BOS. We have a 3 signal. Money flow is now flipping. If this can retrace and actually give us a turning point on the opposite side, then you could have an entry here on ES. This is UJ, right, Mickey? USD JPY?
Yeah, UJ.
UJ. And so this is the other reason why I'm tempted to trade
Ooh,
Forex.
look at that move.
My goodness. So here you go. This is ideal, another somewhat ideal setup. I just don't like that we didn't fully... actually, that is pretty good, actually, to be honest. I don't like we double extended. I wish we single extended like this and then hit it off of this. But we like to wait for that money flow to flip. BOS, change of character, 2 signal, extends, right? Comes back down, bounces off the smart trail with a turning point. Money flow is increasing. You know, trade off of here. This is every day is making me want to trade Forex more and more, which I might end up doing at some point. This rate. But 3 to 1 already hit. Beautiful little trade there. Maybe we'll look into Forex trading. I probably should do... I kind of want to look at 1,000 units. Let's see here. 1,000 units. Trading at what? So this is the thing I don't understand. I have to understand the metrics. Sorry, I'm going to just look. $1. 1,000 units, I make $1 down here. Good gosh. All right, not doing that. Let me just close it. This is in paper trading, by the way, guys. I don't know. Let's say my limit was 151.
They're in pips.
I know they're in pips.
That ruler.
I know, the pippies.
Yeah.
Let's see, 15110, let's just say. I'm so used to futures. I mean, I see people buy, 100,000 of these. I mean, if you were to... Yeah, even that, it's like... How much leverage do you need? Or what's the margins on to trade 100,000 of this? Like, how much would you need? I had to go look at the margins.
I think if you're trading a full lot size, which is 100,000 units, I think you need to have... I don't know.
Does Trade Evade allow Forex? I can't remember. I wonder if they might.
Futures currency.
I know TradeStation does, don't they?
Yeah, TradeStation, you can do it. See, the beauty of Forex is it's an easier market to enter with limited funds. You can open an account.
That's why futures is good too.
I mean, full lot's 100,000 units. You can trade, 1 unit if you want, or half a lot, which is $50,000 for units.
I'm on the futures margin. Are you sure they have Forex on TradeStation? What's the number?
Currency. Look up currencies. Yeah, go to the futures margin rates and pricing. Future margin rates.
Well, your trade, it's still the same thing we talked about. It's like ZB1 and all that. I guess you could just trade it.
Exactly. It's the same. Almost the same.
I guess you could just trade that then. But
but you have to have the account size to trade that though,
I mean, these margin rates aren't too bad. Intraday is like, less than 1,000 or less than 1,500 on each one for one lot. But you said it was one lot is 1,000 units. Like
100,000 units on Forex.
Sorry.
Yeah, 100,000 units.
Hold on, let me see here. I mean, is a hold on. Where is? I've seen a log out of one of these. Here, log out of my paper one. I guess we'll just go to Wanda. I'm kind of curious now. I don't want to go there. Let me go to your. Here we go. Trading. Forex. Everybody uses what, like MetaTrader, right, for this?
Not me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like what, because the only other prop firms trade Forex usually. There's only a few that trade like stocks, but yeah, what are the deposit minimums? I don't know. Not a big Forex trader, so I don't really know. But again, like you said, we could just trade. Like for UJ, we would just trade currencies. Get rid of the VIX here. So we could trade Japanese yen futures. What? Wait a second. This is the dollar versus the yen, so this is just going in reverse. So it'd be because the dollar is increasing, so their yen's dropping. Where'd all my indicators go? Oh, I'm on the wrong thing anyway. Yeah, so in this case, let's see if it reversed the same way. Yeah, these up. Did we have a similar setup? And we did. This turning point here. Where's the smart trail at? How high? Smart trail is not loading for some reason. Let me bring this back in. Signals and overlays. You give me my smart trail. Smart trail loading for you on the 6J1? It's like not loading on a 5-minute chart.
J1, let me take a look.
Let me look on it on here. 6B1 loaded. 6J1. Oh. I have to. Huh. That's weird. I guess I'll ask the developers why it might not load on that specific. It loads the Neo, but for some reason 6J1 doesn't want to load the Smart Trail. Weird. But again, you could technically trade opposites. So like in this case, I mean, you could even trade the Neo cloud on this. It literally had the setup on the Neo breakout.
Hey, look at my monitor.
Go to the 5 minute. Huh. Weird.
Huh.
The Neo Cloud works.
No chicken dinner.
Huh. Anyway, it works on everything else. It's the first time I've ever seen this not work on like a particular thing. But even here, it didn't matter. The Neo Cloud, same situation. You had that turning point after reject, after signal. Turning point happened above it, and then it came lower. So you could honestly just trade the opposite of what you're seeing here. Let me see here. Yeah, you could trade the opposite. Same situation. You could view this, kind of pair them back and forth. Yeah, I don't know. That's just a weird coincidence. I think we could ask and see why. But overall, JPY, I mean, they just move the commodities and Forex move so cleanly. It makes sense why there's a lot of really successful Forex traders, because the price action it makes sense the way it moves. Like when you look at like ES moves well, right? It does move well, has really strong volume, but you have some crazy, upswings and downswings based on news, and then it, easily liquidates positions, takes players out. This is why I always talk about how pre-market and post-market, like late day sessions, could be really nice to trade. Because look at the if I were to just mark the swing points here after our session, right, for ES. That's up till after. That's all after our session. Now I'm gonna mark yesterday's price action on ES. Okay. For the turning points. And then watch this in just a second. After I do this, I'm gonna turn off both of these, and I'm gonna turn off. All right, so this was after hours. I'm just going to paint it red. And this was during hours. Which would you like to trade? I can tell you what, I wouldn't want to trade this. Let's look at like today's during hours and after hours. So here's after hours last night. This one had a little bit of a tweak there at 3 a.m. when the London market opened. But what we got? Okay, we still have another leg up there. I'm going to just draw another one. Boom. Okay. That was after hours. Here's during hours. The price action this morning was actually super clean, which I was impressed by. And then it's doing another leg up, but I'm just going to do that for now. Now we turn this off. Hide. 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 Let me make this white now. Just so you can see the difference. So here's your after hours action. Pretty decent little uptrend happening. Then here's your during hours action. Like that. Look how crazy that is. Like trading that, like stopped out of that high. That was a stop hunt. The first initial move this morning was fine. And then this second initial move, kind of. But like yesterday, comparing it to this, way easier. Trade those after hours. Now, if we were to come into Forex here, look at current day's price action. Let's look at this is the UJ or whatever. We look at current day's price action. Session starts like here. Yeah, just boom, 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 boom. This is what this looks like. I mean, that's pretty clean, right? Bouncing off previous highs. Here, came down, right? Came up, retest the high, had a higher low, broke out, bounce off previous high. Great price action. That's what you want to see when you're trading, right? You want to see that kind of price action. You want to be able to identify that. I think that's why you see as well the amount of Forex and commodities traders that are really profitable versus people that just trade, ES or like here's like a lot of people make good money on the NAS 100. Obviously that follows the NASDAQ, a lot of liquidity within that. Today had good price action, but even then it's like just not. If any major worth trading, we've talked about this, it's probably the Russell or the YM, the Dow Jones. I think the Dow and the Russell probably have the cleanest price action out of all of them. So I'd really be careful when you're trading things like ES and stuff. So to be honest, I'm pretty sure during our prop firm, if I could, I might be able to go back and look at overall. Actually, Mickey, anything you want to go over?
Yeah, I can go over some signals and overlays just a little bit. Do you have anything
I was gonna
else after that?
I was gonna pull up like to show. You can kind of fill the timeline, point that up to show. I want to see on the NeoCloud account. Sorry, the NeoCloud trading account that we've been doing. If crude oil is the reason, or like if gold, if nat gas, like commodities are the reason that it's up versus like the trades we've taken in ES and like the NQ and stuff. But I was gonna have you go over something while I look that up.
Sure.
Cool. All right, Mickey's gonna go over some not smart trail, but some signals and overlays. He might go over the smart trail, but just real quick while I look this up, and I'll be back.
Sure. All right, man. NeoCloud. Right, NeoCloud. This is a daily. I'm just pulling this up because Jacob was flipping through some symbols to figure out which one trends best or whatnot. But I mean, this is what I do. I use a higher time frame. I clean up the chart, right, and I go year to date. See if I can, notice anything, right? So this is year to date USD JPY. Not bad, right? For the most part, yeah, right. Nice swing trades with use a good trailing stop. I mean, it doesn't work all the time, but with a good trailing stop, your winner's going to outweigh your losers, right? That's last year. I don't know what's going on here, right? What year was that? 20, COVID, probably. I don't know. But not too bad, right? Year after year. Look at concentrate on the NeoCloud. Not too bad. Let's try Euro USD. Just flip through it, right? This is year to date, right? 2022. Not bad, okay? Now, let's compare that to the futures. Notice these measured moves, right? Boom, 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 okay? Let's take a look at ES. All right, these measure moves are a little bit harder this past year, right? Last year is beautiful. All right, let's go 2 years back. Not bad, right? Let's see. Let's go to another asset class. Let's go oil, crude. Check it out. Okay. Wow, everything last year was awesome. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, crude oil when it went negative.
Crude oil is one of the very few instruments that could go to negative, right? Your crude oil is a product we can give for free. This happened during COVID. No one's driving. Everyone's staying at home. There's your COVID tank right there, right? COVID.
I remember the people that shorted crude oil and made like a few $100 million.
Yeah,
Like
it went down.
A group of guys did like heavy leveraged shorts on crude oil.
You know, can you
before
imagine?
COVID, going
Crude
negative?
oil, negative $10, right? Can you
Unreal.
imagine if you put all the eggs in your basket right here, push the chips in the middle of the table? Woo.
$80 now. It went up to 100 plus, but man.
Let's where's gold? Let's check out gold. Okay, gold, little bit more ups and downs, right? A little bit more, right? That's why I don't trade gold. I mean, it's not one of the reasons, but okay. Look at this. Danger, danger. All right, let's try. All right, I'm trying to avoid Bitcoin, but let's throw up Bitcoin. Hey, kind of looks better than gold, to be honest.
Bitcoin's daily isn't too bad, actually.
Yeah, the daily looks a whole lot better than gold. Wow, right? But yeah, it's kind of neat, you know. And this is one of the ways that I try to zero in on a particular symbol or an asset class, right? Let's go for the bonds. Check it out. Ooh, maybe I should go. You and I should do the bonds.
Oh yeah, the bonds.
Looks like we're gonna put this on our watch list, huh? Nice.
Oh yeah. She looks good.
Corn. Where's our farmers?
Corn's one of those that
I'm not liking that one, so I'm not doing corn. Silver. I'm not liking silver. Look at this. Let's see what else we got. Copper. Yeah. All right. Better than corn. Platinum. Too choppy on the daily. I'm gonna. Nat gas. This is definitely on my watch list. Okay. Let's go for some stocks. Tesla. Okay. Netflix. Okay. Amazon. So you get the point. That's how I just scan through some symbols to figure out what to put on my watch list. Okay, that's all. Jacob, you got your charts up?
Yes, I looked back, and the issue is I haven't taken many trades on. I'm trying to figure out where my chart is. My best.
Remember, your buttons don't work
I know.
on your panel. Switch it over to your chart.
Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking. I have them all linked, but I have so many sources. Jacob chart. There it is. Link. Okay. So this is gold. Gold has been my best. With average winning trade was $186. Average losing was 160. But overall, this just based on what you see here is what my best has been. Was gold on most of these. SP 500 we only have taken 2 trades on for setups. One was a loss, one was a winner. Natural gas was maybe nat gas. Nat gas might be our best as well. Did I take how many did I take on micro? Yes. ES not too bad, but we haven't taken many trades because there hasn't been many setups. So this is gonna be much larger than if we took more. But like I said, remember we've been like a stalemate here, right above 51K. We're back up. I think to 51.3, 51.5. But you know, we just let it continue and wait, kind of tweak some things, see if we can get into wherever we're on day 15 now. You can see down here trading days 15. This is Top Step. After today, this will drop back down below 50%. But we have to be below 50. You can see worst day was that 1K day loss we had. Average losing day 3. So we've been pretty break even on this for now, but we're waiting to see if we can kind of pick it back up. But we are almost there at the high of 52,402. But for now, day 16 is today. We'll be back. We're back over the 1K for now. I was going to see if there was another trade opportunity at some point. But, that's part of the back testing, right? You just trade what's given to you, tweak it minorly. Again, you don't want to just switch up the strategy immediately. You want to tweak kind of how your entries might occur versus like before. Because we said, remember that our entries originally were at the break, and then we started doing retests of the Neo Cloud. Now we're looking for like the Neo and the Smart Trail, and today's been pretty good. We had a $500 trade earlier, so we're slowly getting back on track. But it's all part of the process. I was looking at other currencies. Australian dollar seems to have pretty good volume. It had a great setup. I wanted to go back over that on this 6A1. Australian dollar today, great setup. Signal, right? Neo Cloud reject as well. After it extended the downside, boom, very clean turning point occurred here for a nice short, and then just took off. So I will be looking at this again I'll be looking at currencies 100% for trade setups that occur in this state that we like this guy here. And silver as well. Silver was beautiful. Silver's still going. So great setups on that. But for now, gold. Yeah, we were looking at gold earlier. Gold on the 4-hour, we can look. We like it lower as we're coming into, and this, possible swing opportunity. This isn't gold, actually. Sorry. Let me pull up actual gold. There you go. We were looking at this 4-hour order block we bounced off of. We talked about this earlier. There was a 4-hour and a 1-hour order block. As you see, white is 1 hour, 4-hour is gold. This level, fantastic bounce. Currently retracing because of that news saying that lower high, and rejected this other 4-hour order block. So if we do reject this close lower, we might actually see a retest of this low here into next week, possibly. But for now, not too bad. But this all, this is all coming off of previous resistance as well. So noting that can really help too. Great level for a bounce to start us and see if we can go to our next zone. But we're now in a downtrend. So if the downtrend continues for now, you're looking, in my opinion, more downside potential than upside. 15-minute here, respecting it. Ooh, look at the 15-minute with our strategy. Let's see here. I'm not gonna take
what you gonna do.
So this is what we talked about on this strategy as well with the Neo trail. This is the 15-minute. Now again, though, you have to know what you're looking at, right? Like here it occurred, fine, looks good. So this could work on a 15-minute chart. But I don't want to just sit here and go, okay, I'm looking for an entry. Let me look on every single time frame to see if there's an entry. I don't want to do that. In this case, the 15-minute here, there's potential. Oscillator turned bullish. So just to talk about the strategy, we want to see reaction, right, for an entry. So with this reacting like it is, more than likely, there you go, nice. More than likely, if this closes up, you could maybe take a long to see if you get a retest. And then remember our stop is below the if it breaks that smart trail. But we want to see a nice reaction, something like that candle or this candle to make that trade. But overall, that's for now. I think soon, depending on what we're trading, I don't think ES and them, you could trade it this way. But in this case, we did talk about potentially taking trades so long as they line up with, let me just grab this one actually. There you go. With breaker blocks. Okay. So in this case, this is the 15-minute chart, right? If, we want to take entries immediately, we would take them off these as long as the breaker block lines up as well in there. And then, you have that mental stop for the breakdown. But in this case, so far, pretty nice. Let me pull up paper trading here. And then let's, what's an entry on this? 1957. Let me see. I'm going to just go to normal gold or gold futures here. Should have same price action. Yep. And so let's see. This midpoint was 1963. So it's limit 1963 here. And we're going to set a limit order there. And then I'm going to move this stop loss way down and put the take profit at the candle closes up here. So if that triggers in, we'll see how it plays out. This is a 15-minute chart. We haven't traded the 15-minute chart for this yet. We've only traded, you can see the 5-minute it flipped. And it already bounced off of this. So this actually played off and we talked about it. Let me go back actually. Was the breaker block sitting there? That's why we want to have those breaker blocks up. So breaker block wasn't sitting there before. Where did that breaker come from? That came from there. Okay. So breaker wasn't sitting there before. It was off a previous high, but it was a current trend and trending high. I like to see them from previous days. So in this case, technically right here, breaker block sitting that came through here on gold. So not a bad spot there for that entry. And it went up and it ended up touching the high. Like we said, we like to target the highs. So that trade would have played out. In this case, we'll see. We're looking at the 15-minute, right? It actually almost tagged us in there. It didn't get us entirely. But we'll see. 15 minutes always a fun one to play off. I like to play through the candle closes, right, and opens up there. So we'll see if we can get this initial entry. I don't know why that didn't. Weird. It says it's overlapping there, but I guess not. We'll see here, though. This is the paper, but we took that trade on, remember, what's it called earlier? Crude oil, and it paid us around $500. So it was a nice little trade. YM. Hold up. I got to make sure that we have interval saved here because I keep getting messed up with. I got to save my chart again because I think the old one had multiple time frames on one chart. We went all the same time frame. Now let me turn this back to midterm. In this strategy, it is a 5-minute.
Not gas.
Yeah, I'm just looking through charts now. Thinking about a chicken dinner. Man, bunch of just easy sell-offs today. Very nice.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but thank you, JP, right?
Yeah, man. Your mic is getting filtered out there. It looks like you're talking into nothing.
Well, it's his breeze, I just need to shut the window here.
Honestly, since your cam is so small and on the stream, it looks like you're actually wherever you are. But you need to put up you put up a like a penthouse like background. Like put yourself like up in like a skyrise in New York, like you're like this pro trader that has a penthouse in New York City.
How about Having a little back cave action.
That's Star Wars right there.
Oh, Star Wars?
Yeah, it looks like the Resistance or whatever.
What is that?
It's Iron Man. There
Star
you go.
Trek?
There's Star Wars still.
There you go. Huh?
Here in the Millennium.
All fun and games until someone pokes their eye out.
Let me see here. Overall, though, great price action on the day. We got love to see it. We love to see it.
That's it for the action of the day, huh?
Yeah, we're getting kind of dim on these trades.
It's over. Shut it down.
Let's see. Gold would be the only one. Did that tag us in on this other one? It still didn't tag us in. Gold would be the only one on a 3-minute. Maybe YM if it can get back up here, which I'm going to actually set an alert on. But again, here, so YM, you know, where we look for entry here. Well, in this case, it's kind of tough because volume's dying off. But it would need to form Discord is free. Has a free we do have a free section in the Discord. But again, this isn't Discord. Lux Algos, these indicators that we are using to make the analysis on our charts here that you're watching. We provide 3 premium indicators for you guys, soon to come with more backtesting capabilities. So be ready for that. But you know, we utilize these indicators to have probable trade setups, like today on the pound here. I had a lovely trade setup off of this lower high for a beautiful short, and we had that long on the opposite side of this, actually. No, it was on UJ, but lovely trades. ES as well had and CL, great trade setups today. But again, when you do sign up 30 days risk free, you get access for free to the Discord, even the premium side as well. So go check it out. The link for the indicators is in the description of this live stream. You get 30 days risk free. And I mean, we haven't even really gone over anything actually on there. I guess we could take a quick intermission.
Yeah, good segue.
Talk about just go to the luxalgo.com website, click 30 days risk free. But I do want to, mention we have a massive free indicator library for those of you that are new to this as well. Bunch of different types of indicators you can note just on the categories tab here. If you want something that's for price action, for divergences, drawing tools, Fibonacci, liquidity, machine learning, stuff like that, you can click those categories. And like if I click machine learning, I can go in here and see multiple free indicators based around machine learning. Now we post new ones every single day, or sorry, not every day, but every single week. As you can see here, that's pretty cool. We have a liquidations meter now. We've been doing some liquidation indicators. We also this week have a market structure breakers, which is pretty cool actually. Let me see this thing. This thing prints your MSSs. Let me see here. Market structure breaker indicator aims to detect breaker market structures, an original concept inspired by breaker blocks, and extends on the original concept of market structures by extending existing MS levels, providing support and resistance as a result. And you'll see like examples of how they're used. There's errors, bullish breaker, MS breakout. And then, MS breakdown, as you can see here. This was on the NAS 100 here. But wow, these are interesting. I'm going to take a look at this indicator later as well. But that's what you can do. You can go on to our website, go to library, and you could check out all these free indicators that we have for you guys each week. Like here is a liquidation, which is liquidation meter. This is pretty cool. Let's see here. You can see 42 times 2x longs liquidated at a certain level. This is as on the Bitcoin chart. But it has the calculator based on the leverage and stuff for those of you that want to know potential liquidation levels and the possibilities for some of these people based on gauges the momentum of the bar, identifies the strength of the bulls and bears, and identifies probable reversals and exhaustion points, which is, wow, yeah, that could be actually super helpful for some of these big volatility wicks you get, especially on like Bitcoin and crypto. If you trade that, could be great use for that because that happens quite often there. A lot of other cool concepts in there, though, guys. Just make sure you hit the categories and look through them. But also, of course, you know, we launch these every single week. We have brand new indicators, new ideas that we post to the libraries page every week. But also, we don't update these often, right? The updates to these are limited based on if there's bugs, stuff like that. We don't update them often. There's 100 plus of them. We don't have the time to update these. And because of that, you know, we have our premium indicators, which are the ones we utilize the best features, the concepts we think would be the best and are the best for you to develop your profitable trading strategy. The signals and overlays, oscillator matrix, and the price action concepts. You get all of these under one plan. And these we constantly update. We're constantly releasing announcements for updates, adding things that you guys want. Like the step alert system was a new thing that nobody else has, something we created from scratch. You can set up a step-by-step alert system, like if there's a current, you know, imbalance in the market after a bullish change of character and an order block being formed, if you want all that alerted with you while, you know, bullish money flows occurring on the oscillator matrix, stuff like that, you can get specifically alerted for times it happens in any order that you would like, which is pretty cool. But yes, constantly update these as quickly as we can if there's bugs or if there's new concepts we want to add to these indicators to help you guys out. Like the signals and overlays. We just added the recent AI signals that classifies these signals with different numbers based on how the algorithm brings back the trend quality, whether it's strong trend, a weaker trend, possible reversal, stuff like that. But yeah, you can try it out too. Risk-free for 30 days. Just click the 30 days risk-free button here on the main page, and you can check it out. Somebody 3 minutes ago from New Zealand, if you're on stream and you're from New Zealand, you just signed up, welcome to the Lux Algo family. We appreciate you being here. But yeah, that's about everything on the website. Besides, if you do want more detail on each feature we offer, go to the documentation. It's going to have everything you need to know in the documentation there, as well as a Discord link to come hang out with me and Mickey. But yeah, that's about it, guys, on that front. We can head back over to the charts and see kind of what happened while we were talking. Looks like just a little bit lower. Nothing too crazy here. Didn't get tagged in on that gold entry either. It's been very weak volume. Nothing too crazy here. Let's see how long we've been going. Mickey, you've been going, what, 2 hours? This is perfect time to probably close this down, which is great. One more time. For the players in the back, we'll go over the entry we had today on crude oil for our $500 trade, and then call it a day. So those of you that are new here, this is using the signals and overlays indicator, one of our premium indicators. I also used the price action concepts. It wasn't on for some reason at this time because I think I'm on a different layout, but use the breaker blocks to help us with this trade. But if we go back in time here, this is what we saw. This morning early on, we saw it bounce with the we like to see the Neo Cloud and the Smart Trail line up. We call it the Neo Trail. That's these two faded lines in the signals and overlays indicator. If I take off the Neo Cloud, there's a smart trail. And then here's the Neo Cloud. Looks like this. We have our breaker block. So I always like to state, when entering a trade, know what kind of structure you're in, right? If you're in an uptrend, you want to bounce off of, previous resistance. You're in a downtrend, you want to reject off previous support. Here's your previous resistance. We bounce off of it. But what's nice is the breaker blocks prints that already for us, so we can see it's hollowed out there. It bounced here. So we then now kind of wait for a decent little, retracement into that zone, and a nice, there you go, we're in the zone. Here is where I take my initial entry, because we got the reaction, bounce off of that as well. We like to target the high or a new high. In this case, you'll see here in a sec, we come back down and we test it again and again here. Didn't fully break, breaks back out, and then we played this break to the upside for, I closed out at $500, but it actually hit a high of 700, maybe more, 770, as high as it went. No, I wanted to go up. You can always target upper order blocks for more TPs. You can have a TP1 at this order block, TP2 at that order block up there. Looks like it kind of fizzled out here. But yeah, a nice little 80. Oh, it did go up even higher. So it actually ended up hitting, let's see here, nearly 100 ticks, 99 ticks, which is, on crude oil, $999. But nice little uptrend just based off of noticing the way the smart trail and the Neo Cloud were functioning. But nice little move there for our trade today, our one and only trade today. We did have a minor loss on another setup on nat gas short, which I think is actually paying right now. Double check. No, it's not. Well, actually, kind of. We had it right here. We got stopped for about $100, because we were trying to get this, but I was on the wrong time frame. If I was on the right time frame, the trade would have actually hit our TP, which happened right here. Rejected this here, would have taken our entry, targeted the candle close low, which closed out there. Today, if I would have been smart about it, we would have taken another, let's see, another $244, $240 off the table. So we would have been sitting roughly $750 on the day. So not a bad two trades that could have occurred there if we would have taken them. But we didn't end up taking that one, and we end up we were on the wrong time frame. So we saw a potential setup on the 5-minute, but again, it was the wrong time frame. So we took a small loss for $100. But yeah, that closed the day for us at 386. So after fees, a little less than $400. But still a green day. So we're trying to get back up, back on track. It's day 16 today on the figuring out the best way to utilize this strategy. So far, this is seeming like it might be the best, but we'll continue to see until we get there. So I think that's a good place to leave us. Nick, you want to give us a little insight on how many ticks you're in the green now?
I don't know, 100.
That's pretty good, man. Especially
133.
133 ticks. Nikki, goodness gracious. Is your sister here, Nikki? Anyway, and this is a strategy that you're using the daily order blocks for, right? Something like that.
Yes, I am.
Yeah,
and,
so Mickey has gone over his daily order block strategy quite a few times on stream. He'll go over it at some point another day. But I think, we've reached our limit there. Anything else you want to touch on?
No, everything's all good.
Awesome.
Tag me in the VIP rooms if you want to know my ES trade. It's basically taking a couple. I've tried a few times to take a short at this daily order block. I'm taking little losses. I'm paying my electrical bills here and there. Now the short worked out, right? It paid all my electric bills and then some. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Yep, there you go. Sometimes you just have to be patient. If you see an entry, you take it. If it doesn't like play in your favor just yet, you can close out. Like you said, pay your electric bills. You're paying your fees, treating it as a business until it pays off. So now, like before, remember on ES, if we go to ES, go to the 4-hour. If you were down here, you're inching into your position, right? Look at where it paid off. It paid off, after a bit and made a massive move. So same situation here. We'll see if it ends up paying off or not. But overall, if your strategy lines up, you take your entry, you go according to your rules, you stick to your rules. And at the end of the day, if it's worked for you and it ends up being profitable in a long type of run, long term, and it works. So you stick to it if it works, and that's all we can leave you with today. So, guys, we appreciate you being here. To end the day, we got the Dow Jones down 180 points. SP 500 down 25 points. They're not actually that red today, but pretty good. 25 points is a lot. NASDAQ 78 points in the negative, and then look at that, Canadian up 117 points. NAS 166 points. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe. We'll be back next Monday, so be ready for Monday. Won't be back streaming tomorrow because volume, we'll see if it's good or not tomorrow. It probably won't be. Remember, 30 days risk-free. Link in the description to the indicators that we've been using all day today. Tomorrow, one more time on the news. We have, let's see here, anything pre-market. We do have the consumer sentiment for Michigan at 10 a.m., so be careful at 10 a.m. And then later in the day, some minor reports. So it looks like nat gas and stuff in the NASDAQ. But note that in your calendar, and we will see you guys on Monday for another great week. I think that's it, Mickey. What do you think?
Have a good one. Yeah, I'll
guys.
still be around in the room. Tag me.
Awesome.
Bag it. We'll chat.
Yeah, we'll see you in the Discord. Ping me as well. Let's keep it going, and have a good weekend, everybody. Enjoy it.
Have a good one.
See ya.